that there will come a time when black people wake up and become intellectually independent enough to think for themselves, as other humans are intellectually independent enough to think for themselves. Then the black man will think like a black man, and he will feel for other black people. And this new thinking and feeling will cause black people to stick together. And then at that point, you'll have a situation where when you attack one black man, you are attacking all black men. And this type of black thinking will cause all black people to stick together. And this type of thinking also will bring an end to the brutality inflicted upon black people by white people. And it is the only thing that will bring an end to it.
Hello brothers and sisters, I hope you're all doing fine. Now I'm sharing this video with you because it has come to my attention that Jamaicans, black people, are suffering in the United States of America, and no one is talking about this. So I want us to take this time and watch, see how much black people are going through in the diaspora, then have a quick discussion at the end of it. Thank you so much.
Black person, a black American, African American person who is very, very, very successful and wealthy, they've had to do something to undermine other black people, and they've had to do bad things. I mean, having extreme wealth and having a lot of money, you have to be cutthroat. You have to be willing to do anything. And I'm not willing.
Baby was shot up. He was shot 6 times. Roger Fortson was the best America had to offer. He was a U.S. Airman, Special Ops. He was 23 years old. His girlfriend was on FaceTime with him, so she heard everything. Do not move, stop moving. It wasn't a good exchange. He never fired a weapon or anything. He respected authority. Yes. Correct this narrative and don't put a stain on the name of this young man.
How you say, man? Jamaica walk, man. Big up yourself. Big up yourself, big up yourself. Alright, so big up Jeffrey Tavares. But ladies and gentlemen, we have a limited amount of time we can be an amplified sound. It's coming down to the minutes. But listen, them things that we now come out and ask you guys to contribute. Yeah, because they might talk about money, so we're just afraid to talk about money.
Really?
A joke on me.
Really?
I want to thank all of you who have donated already. And I just want to point, we have a box over there on the table, and this time it's not a brown. I said this time it's not a what?
Brown paper bag.
Pass me the box, let me show them the box. Okay. Yo, no brown paper, only thing in a brown paper bag a patty. Oh, voilà, we have only a brown paper bag, but a patty in it. Give me the box, give me the box, and we show them the pretty box. Show them the pretty box. Is our box pretty? Red, my box pretty? And it's so not brown today. Oh.
Everybody's getting fed up with black people except for black people.
Interesting to see the black communities in Chicago and New York screaming bloody murder now because these illegal immigrants are coming into your towns. I've been warning you black folks in the inner cities for years.
You know what he wanted to say. I've been trying to warn you niggas.
The white liberal politician is your enemy. Malcolm X said it in 65. He's a fox. He says that he's going to help you for his own personal agenda. But yet you'll keep voting for these white fucking liberal politicians that don't give a about you.
Every election, 92% of the black vote goes to Democrat. If that just drops to 80%, the Republicans will win in a landslide. We don't need all of them to wake up. We just need about 5% of them to wake up. The other 80% of them niggas can stay asleep. They can stay in that coma. I don't understand, man. They just got this allegiance to liberals. I don't know why. It's like in the black culture, they feel that they're obligated because they're black. They should vote for liberal politicians.
This video is a tough one to make because it confirms what a lot of us as professionals have known for a while now. And that's that in the African American community, we have an issue. We don't talk about mental health awareness until something devastating happens, you know, and I think we have to normalize it and allow people of color to be able to express their feelings and let them know that it's okay to not be okay and for them to get the help that they need. So rest in peace to Chelsea, and the conversation needs to start now.
Inspired by the 4 realities of being a black woman in corporate America, follow this comment to see that post and show her some love. I present the 5 brutal truths of being a black woman consultant in America. If you don't know me, with 15 plus years of experience, a BS from Stanford, an MFA from NYU's Tisch School of the Arts, I help women and BIPOC folks raise $500,000 to $500,000 to fund their dreams. And you would think that means I get some respect. Well, it doesn't. In case you didn't notice, and don't let the morning face fool you, I'm a black woman consultant. Let's get to the 5 brutal truths. Number 1, if you can show you've gotten results for yourself or a client, then you can sell yourself as a consultant. 100%. Generally, it's worth more than that slip of paper you call a degree. But in some cases, that piece of paper is what gets you in the door, so it's sort of a catch-22. Corporate clients in general are going to want to see a resume with companies that they recognize and references that you can use to vouch for you. Regular folks are going to want to see testimonials and success stories from folks you've worked with in the past. Corporate clients care more about that degree and the name of the school. Regular people want to see that you can deliver. Number 2, and this is the most important one, people expect you to work for free. You think I'm joking, and I'm not. They expect you to work for free. In my estimation, due to a legacy of slavery and free labor, they expect you, especially as a black woman, to provide your services and soft emotional support for free. They will nickel and dime you on your rates, and they will also challenge you on your invoices. They may even pay late as a microaggression. To combat this, you have to get really good at negotiating. You have to raise your rates. Yes, I said it. You have to have an ironclad contract that includes late fees, and you have to learn how to speak capitalism. This means I no longer do any free discovery calls. This is what people use to pick your brain. If you do one, then you only do it to figure out if this is a good fit for a potential client. You do not answer any of their questions to solve any of their business problems. If they want questions answered, they have to book a paid consultation. And make sure the rate of your consultation is high as well. That's actually how you get respect. Number 3, people are going to assume you only serve black women because you're a black woman. White consultants are seen as serving everyone, while black consultants, especially women, are seen as serving a niche. Just as art by black folks is seen as black art. I didn't make the rules, I'm just telling you like it is. Paradoxically, I've had the easiest time selling to older white men. I think it has something to do with the legacy of black mammies. Number 4, there's no corporate structure to buffer the microaggression. They will be macroaggressions. I've had clients yell, whine, harass me, refuse to pay, call me a bully, and it will all be directed at you. If you don't have an attorney, get one. If you don't have a virtual assistant to field your emails, get one as well. Number 5, and this is the roughest one. If you survive running this gauntlet, the hardest person to convince of your inherent value will be yourself. Speaking for myself, the last year of my business has been really tough, especially putting up with so much crap.
Hello, black folks. Come here, let's have a word today. And you've watched a video of so many, and you've seen how things are getting even worse in the United States for black Americans. And in this case, I'm talking about Jamaicans and Haitians, Barbados people, and all these people who come from the Caribbean who are looking for a life in the United States of America, and those who have come also from Africa. Now, growing up, I heard of the American dream, that the United States of America, the US, is the land of honey, milk and honey, and that everyone who goes there succeeds. Everyone who goes there comes out of that place a millionaire. Now, this, however, has not been the case in the 21st century, because we've seen how many black folks are being forced out of that place, and others are going through a lot of problems. Maybe they cannot say it. Now, in the 21st century, we've seen black people complaining a lot about racism, racial profiling, and all these things that are happening, and social inequalities, political inequalities, and no one is actually talking about this. Now, there is a need for us black people to unite and speak in one voice. Now, I'm talking about this. I've not been in the US. I've just done my research and a lot of documentaries that I've watched, and maybe some I've gone through. They say a lot about the black people and the problems the black people or the black folks goes through now in the US. Now, of late, we have seen the unrest situation in Haiti, and most of black people who are in Haiti are trying to maybe cross to the other side, cross the border to the US, maybe where they can have a life and maybe enjoy some peace. Now, we've seen how this has not worked out for them, because it has aroused a debate, and it has brought a debate, by the way. So many people are talking about this, and others are not okay about the immigrants who are coming. Now, this is the month of, how should I even say it? Now, the campaign that is going on in the US, and we can say this is a month of promises, and so many people are being promised, and the entire nation is just living on a promise. Then we have the Donald Trump and Kamala Harris thing going on, and just 1 month to elections, and black folks are there. They're hanging their hopes on the rope. Now, they just wish that anyone who comes to power may just want to consider them and make America the best place for them to live. We've seen Jamaicans complaining. We've seen those Jamaicans who are in the US saying how it is not easy, how it is unbearable to be in that place. Now, there are slums in the US, and these slums, maybe majority of them are being occupied by black people. But that's not my issue. My issue is, can the US, or can the people who stay in the US, can the white people in the US treat their black brothers equally? Because the last time I checked, we are all human beings, and we all have the same blood running through our veins. And why should you treat your brother and sister or sisters with so much hatred? Why should you do that? Why should you do that? And I'm here to believe that so many black people who are in that country, some of them came there 300, 400 years ago. They came maybe even before some white people migrated from Spain, from Mexico, from Canada to the US. And you get these immigrants of white people going on to mistreat the black people who have been in this country for the longest time. What country do we want to see? The last time I checked, they were saying the US is the representative of the world. Mother Earth is being represented by the US. Now, if that's the case, do you want to tell me that the corruption that exists, the racism that exists, the social inequalities, the political and economic inequalities that exist on black people's side, it's the full representation of the world that we have today? It is time we realize that we people of black nation have always been reluctant, and in one way or the other, we do not want the best for our brothers and sisters also. And this is the time we should come together and form a force. Let's form something that will actually fight for our own rights. It is easy for us to be discriminated, for us to be racially profiled because we are divided, and in that case, it means we are weak. This is the time, brothers and sisters, we should come together and not accept or allow anyone maybe to mistreat our own brothers and sisters, even if that person who is being mistreated is not your own. He belongs to your race. So this is the time. I've been talking about this. There is need for black people to unite, both in Africa and in the diaspora. The last time I checked, the people in the diaspora are not in good terms with the people in Africa. Black Americans say that African people, black people in Africa, envy them for their success. and maybe a population in Africa, yes, they are not in good terms with our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. So this is the time, brothers and sisters. Now, it has always been their pleasure, or this is whatever they want to see, that we are divided. You remember the divide and rule that was used by the British colony? You remember? That's how they played, and that's why we have so many territories in Africa. That's why we have so many countries in Africa. Yes, initially, when they were not in Africa, Africa was one. Now, they went and sat somewhere in Berlin, in Germany, and scrambled for Africa. They partitioned the whole of this continent into so many pieces, 55. Then after that, everyone came with their own interest, because they wanted minerals, they wanted resources, and all these things were found in Africa in different regions. So, just to have us divided, you have to be a Nigerian, you have to be a Ghanaian, you have to be a Kenyan, an Ethiopian, a South African. And in that case, it's easy for them to come and conquer us, because this will be speaking as an Ethiopian, this speaking as an as a Kenyan, and the other one as a Ugandan. In that case, it is hard to speak in one voice. The same thing they did to the Caribbean countries. They divided Jamaica from Haiti, from Barbados, from St. Kitts. Now, look all these countries. If they were merged together and they spoke as one voice, we couldn't still being colonized to date. So these are the things we go through as black people. Now, in the New York City, black people are suffering. No jobs. Social inequality. You can't get a job because you are racially profiled from an African race, from a black race. So in that case, no one wants to offer you a job. They go ahead and offer their own jobs. So this is whatever I'm talking about. When we are still divided, it is going to be so difficult for us to achieve our goals. But when we come together and realize that we need to speak as one voice, the earlier we do that, the better for ourselves. Brothers and sisters, the call is here. The time is here. The time is knocking. Let's unite. Let's talk as one people of the black race. The last time I checked, Europe is very much united. And that's why they have always been able to run the world with their economy. The US is united. The white people are united at this moment. We, the black people, are not united. We still speak in different. We still have so many differences amongst us. So this is the time we shall come out in our large numbers, unite, talk in one voice, and for that we are going to be safe. Our brothers and sisters are suffering in the United States of America, in Europe, because of racism, because we are not united. We have puppet leaders, left, right, and center, and for that case, we're still gonna have to suffer the same way we've suffered in the 21st century. It's not my wish to say this, but if we are not going to unite, we are going to be colonized again, more than we were some 100 years back. Thank you so much for having taken your time to watch this video. It is my call for unity. Thank you so much.